Hello everyone, welcome back to another Space Marine 2 video, and I just wanted to look into the patch notes of the new update. So, here we are. Hi Space Marines, the latest patch is here. It brings new content along with various tweaks and improvements. Make sure you read the full note here. So new content is the awesome operation. I released a video yesterday. I'll leave a little bookmark at the top so you guys can click on the link and check it out. It's a pretty fun operation, but I do get into the discussion of modding and I get very passionate about it. But that's not this video, so let's carry on. Lethal difficulty added for operations. Now I've also tried this. It's literally the word lethal doesn't describe it, how hard it is. It is pretty difficult. The ammo crates have been limited. Refills per player, interesting. Majority enemies come enraged and are deadly and harder to kill. That's interesting. I have seen that. Like a aura appears around their head, and their eyes start to glow. I think no, only the Tyranids' eyes start to glow. That's pretty crazy. Armor restores from finishers only if you're near your battle brothers. So you've basically got to keep together, otherwise you're not going to get your shields back, and it is pretty frustrating. Overcoming such a challenge will grant you new cosmetics. Now, I've only completed one of these operations, but I'll put an image on the screen. There's loads of new like logos for the knee pads, and there's a new helmet for completing all of the operations on lethal, and it's pretty cool. It's, you know, like I said, I put an image on the screen. It's all scratched up and damaged, and it looks awesome. Added a new photo mode in operations, works only in solo. Also, characters can follow the camera with their eyes. Now, I've tested this photo mode out. I've had a lot of fun. I'm very much a video game photographer when it comes to messing around with the photo mode. I have a lot of fun with photo mode, and making scenarios up in my head, like, oh, this Space Marine's standing with this guardsman holding the line whilst his battle brothers go do the objective. Stuff like that, you know. Anyway, gameplay and balancing tweaks. So, melee archetypes, fencing weapons, perfect parry window will now have the same duration as balance weapons. It will start from the first frame of the parry animation. So they've nerfed fencing weapons just a tiny bit, but you know, it's nothing really to lose there. So chainsword, power fist, combat knife, charge attacks, perks, get significant damage increase. Okay, so I swapped out the charge attack for the chainsword for the double stomp. Now everyone has their own preferences, but the charge attack for the chainsword wasn't brilliant, honestly. It felt like it had no range, and obviously it was a sweeping motion. I think it was meant to hit like 3 enemies at once, but it wasn't that good, and it took too long to charge up. Specs scan. Bonus damage on bosses is reduced by 30%. Okay, that's all. To be fair, people were putting the specs onto the bosses and just literally melting their, like, literally. I did a video before the last patch, actually, where I had a melter gun and I had the specs that had a lot more, the damage buff, and it literally, the first phase of the Hive Tyrant, literally it didn't exist, and it was crazy how fast we killed that, that boss, and it was unsubstantial, so it wasn't exactly like it was a walk in the park. Enemy spawn direct to PvE. Oh wait, hold on, I completely missed the melter charge. Excuse me. So damage to bosses is reduced to 70%. I mean, I think that's too much. It's a melter bomb because you have to literally get into their face to drop it, and then back up, and you're putting yourself in danger by putting the bomb next to it. Like, in a way, yeah, okay, I understand it took like at least a 1/7 of the boss's health before. Wasn't that much health, really. Maybe a 1/5 of its health at best. But I don't get why they've reduced that. It's literally just made the melter charge completely useless. I only use the melter charge for the bosses or for the specialist enemies like the Lictor or and the Scarab occult Terminators, stuff like that. They've really just made perfectly good explosive trash. Anyway, let's get back to the where I was. Enemy spawn director PvE. Tweaked idle spawn, so that's like enemies that just appear around the map as you're going through it. That's interesting. Enemy variety in waves is now less random. While enemy variety between waves is bigger. Okay. I'm guessing they're trying to change up every time there's a wave. It's not a bunch of random enemies, which, to be fair, it made sense, but oh well. Extremist enemies now can now spawn with additional enemies. Okay, interesting. Difficulty ruthless. Okay, so even ruthless has got the ammo crates nerf, you could say, and then they've reduced the the armor by 20%. That sucks, and even 10% on substantial. Wow. Okay, they've really just hit us. They're not tweaks, they're nerfs. It's good. It's a mix of good and bad. Probably a bit more bad than I thought. A note from the devs. With patch 3 we noticed with operations mod became noticeably easier, especially chaos operations. We're happy with what we have right now compared to what we had on release, because before patch 3 chaos missions were so unpopular. Still, we have to think that currently operations mode is a bit too easy. Overall, these changes are going to make operations mode harder, but it is a difficult measure by how much. We will continue to monitor those changes. We'll continue to adjust the balance of operations mode. This is not the last change, so fingers crossed they go back on a few of these changes, because it's just like the melter charge is so unnecessary. It really didn't need to be nerfed. I certainly don't think it does, but if you disagree and you thought it was overpowered, then please do let me know in the comments. PvP, here we go. So, increased delay between the announcer messages. Okay, so that was getting a bit irritating. Like, you'd capture one objective and then the enemies would be taking another, and it'd be constantly like, oh, we've captured A, we've captured B, captured A, captured B. Every literally 2 seconds you wouldn't be able to hear yourself think. I'm glad they've sorted that. The starting animation for the grapple launcher for the Vanguard is shorter in PvP, so that could be interesting. I know they nerfed the Vanguard in PvP last patch and made it easier to counter him, but now they've made it a bit faster. It could be an interesting predicament that you could get yourself into. Fixed Power Fist in PvP dealing too much damage after short charge attacks. Yeah, that was getting really frustrating. When I was playing the game, people would hide around the corners with the Power Fist and just wouldn't like literally one hit me. I was on full health, full shield, and it kind of sucked. I'm glad they've fixed that, but a lot of people are probably upset about that. And well, it is what it is, and you just gotta take the good with the bad, I suppose. AI enemy dodges globally replaced full invulnerability on dodge moves of enemies with heavy melee weaponry damage resistance. Okay. Rubric Marine with bolt gun disengage teleport max distance is slightly reduced. Okay, so they can't teleport as far away. That's okay. They've changed customization again. Colors: Sotek green, Night Lord's blue, Death Card green, Corn red. Decal colors: Sotek green, Corn red. Okay, so they've added loads of other colours to the main colour scheme, basically. So if you wanted to have a gold Space Marine, they've basically just added that, which is awesome. That's actually really good. Levels. Vox Liberatus Demon Host disabled respawn until the last altar in the arena. Ooh, I've never heard Disabled respawn. Damn. Okay, they've just made that mission even harder. It's actually crazy. Okay, that's news. General fixes. Fix the bug where the assault perk Ascension would kill its owner. Oh, I'm guessing that's where people will just die randomly. I've seen clips of that on Reddit, it's actually ridiculous. Fixed a bug where the sniper perk, targeted shot, wasn't always working in some cases. Fixed an unintended animation cancel with a bulwark using the block, which resulted in faster attacks. Oh, okay. There's just other fixes basically. You can read them for yourself. I'll leave it on the screen. But that is about it. That is a very mixed update. I mean, awesome that we got the new mission. You know, awesome that we got a few. We got the new game mode, but it comes with the negativity of they've nerfed a lot of stuff. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to click off the update there, but yeah. Certainly something to think about. It's very. I'm very on the fence about some of these, like this melter charge. The Auspex, okay, that was necessary. I understand that, but the melter charge wasn't necessary, and other stuff like, you know, like why they made the armor so much weaker. A lot of people were already saying that, of course, the last update made the game a bit easier. Well, I'd say a lot easier, but I certainly think that it's very controversial, and I've noticed people are review bombing the game now because literally they've nerfed one thing. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and please do like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.